Okay, so we're doing Monday's DGP, week 2 for 8th grade. Obviously, this week I expect you, if you have not already tried this, pause this video and you go try to do everything for Monday. You'll learn more and it will be better for you. Use your help pages. They're on your Google Classroom. They're there for you. Open them up and go through and find the nouns, the pronouns, and etc. Do it just the way the sheet says, and you should be able to do it. Now that you've done that and you're back, I'm going to go ahead and give you the answers. I'm going to go fairly quickly because you should just be following along. So I'm looking for nouns, common or proper. I know they're places, things. The scene, when you have that's a noun marker. So that's a lowercase n. It should not be capitalized. Back to buck. I accidentally already capitalized that one. We know it's a capital N because it should be capitalized. In his sleep. Sleep could be something you're doing, but it's not like somebody is sleeping. It's his sleep. So this is a noun. If you missed that one, don't feel too bad. It is hard. So now we're looking for pronouns. Him, I think, is a pronoun. So notice I'm checking him right there. It's an objective pronoun. So I'm going to put objective. Is it first, second, or third? Him is not myself. Him is not the person I'm talking to. So this is second objective pronoun if you want to put pro. You don't have to have the pro. Let's see, I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they, me, myself. I don't see any. Oh, his. There's another pronoun. Where do I find his? Oh, singular possessive. So this is a possessive pronoun. Again, you don't have to put the pro. His is not how I would refer to myself. It's not the person I'm talking to. It's the person I'm talking about. I just realized I did that one wrong. This is third. And I wrote second. Because him is the person I'm talking about, not the person I'm talking to. Okay, sorry about that mistake. Let's see. Okay, I was just checking my lists, looking through it. I don't see any other pronouns. So now I go down to adjectives. They tell me which one, how many, or what kind. About nouns and pronouns. That's why you labeled the nouns and pronouns first. So I'm going to go back to them and ask these questions. Which one, how many, and what kind? Oh, first, the just reminded me. The articles are a, an, and the. Every time you see them, they're an article. So the is an article. And it's the only one. Which one, how many, or what kind? What kind of scene? Nothing tells me. Which one I've seen? That one does, but I already labeled it. How many scenes? Nothing tells me. What kind of buck? I don't know. Which one of buck? I don't know. How many bucks? I don't know. What kind of him? How many hymns? Which one of him? What kind of his? Which one of his? How many hises? What kind of sleep? Which one of sleep? That's his sleep, but we already have that labeled. How many sleeps? We don't know. So there are no adjectives in this sentence. Adverbs modify adjectives, verbs, and other adverbs. So what I would like to do is find the verb first, like I always do, even though it's out of order. So I'm looking for an action verb that shows an action, or a linking verb that links the subject to something else. Am, is, are, was, and were, be, being, been, has, have, had, do, does, did, might, must, may are the most common can and could, would, and should linking verbs. I don't think I have any in here. Is something done? What did this scene do? It came. That's a action verb. Because coming is something you can see. And what tense is it in? There are no other verbs. When you look at your tenses, past and present do not have helping verbs. Future does, present perfect does, past perfect does, future perfect. All of these others have helping verbs. So the fact that there's no helping verb with came tells me it's going to be either past or present tense. Came is not present tense, so it's past. That's all my verbs. So now I go back to my whoops, I went the wrong way. So now that I found my verbs here, which I like to find first, the reason I find them first is because they describe verbs. So if you found your verb, then it's easier to know what describes it. So I'm going to ask, how, when, where, to what extent, about any adjectives, verbs, or other adverbs. This is an adjective. Does anything tell me how, when, where, to what extent it was done? It came how? No, it came where? It came back, right? Came where? Back. That's an adverb. Okay, so we labeled A to B. It came when? Often. So that's an adverb. How, when, where, and to what? It came where? I already did that one. It came how often? I don't think anything tells me. So I'm good. And I don't have any other adjectives or adverbs, so that's it. I'm done with my adverbs. Now I look for prepositions. Remember, you have your list. Talks about how a frog could be related to a log. To. Is that in here? The alphabetical to right there. I always have to check, like it tells me to. Always find the prep, or the OP. To what? Seen often came back to what? Buck. So that is a P because it does have a noun that answers the preposition what question. Here's another to. To what? Trouble. Trouble is a verb because it's troubling him. It's that kind of trouble. It's not the kind of trouble you get into. So this is not a preposition because this is not a noun that answers the preposition what question. In, is that a preposition? In, right there. In what? Sleep. It does have a noun that goes with it, so it is a preposition. Now this one, you probably got it wrong, and that's okay. So since I still have to in trouble, I need to keep looking. I don't have, it's not a coordinating conjunction, it's not a subordinating, it's not correlative. A noun clause identifier. Remember this pink stuff, we're 8th graders now, we have to look at them. Starts a noun dependent clause, no. A conjunctive adverb, no. I don't have an interjection. A verb, we already did that. Well, it's probably down here in this new stuff, huh? Is it a verb acting like a noun? Is it being a noun, an adjective, or an adverb in the sentence? No. Is it a participle? A verb acting like an adjective, like running shoes? No. To plus a verb? To eat? Yes, that's an infinitive. So I'm going to do this. I do my dotted lines to show that I am talking about both words when I label it infinitive. And you can see, then I'm done with Monday. Infinitive can act like a noun, like I like to eat. It can act like an adjective, like it's the best place to eat, or an adverb, I need a pen to write. To trouble. The scene often came back to Buck. To trouble him. We'll have to think about that for Tuesday, but right now, we're done with Monday.